In the previous video, we walked through the basic elements of managing groups and how to manually add items into a group. And now that we know this, it's time to move on to learning about the automated rules feature. So let's get started and go to the group that we created in the previous video. Now, before we dive into creating our own automated rules, it's worth asking once again, what are they and why are they so useful? Well, automated rules are intelligent criteria that you set that will automatically build groups for you as you add and update your items. So for example, if I was to create a group whose automated rules stipulated that the group would only contain items with the best sellers tag, then any future item that I attach the best sellers tag to will automatically join this group. So it's a really efficient and easy way of funneling your items into designated groups based on particular characteristics that they have. So this could be having a particular tag attached to them, or a name, a price, stock level, and so on. What I'm going to do for my fictitious clothes shop is create an exclusive group of 5 titled Best Sellers, and the best sellers will be items that have the best sellers tag attached to them, obviously, and nothing else. So obviously what I need to do in that case is assign the best sellers tag to the items that I want. And to do this, we need to enter the items area here. To create a tag that we then apply to multiple items at once, we need to enter one item in particular and create the tag inside there. So let's choose this one at the top. And look for the option on the right that says tags and open it up. And all we need to do is type in the name of the tag that we want to include, followed by a comma. And once you've done this, hit save and view. And this item now has the best sellers tag attached to it. And now what we want to do is bulk apply this tag that we've just created to other items. So I'm going to choose some at random. Here we go. And then scroll up until you find the bulk editor feature. And choose the bulk action that says add and remove a tag. And then obviously look for the tag that you've just created at the top here. And click update. And hey presto, now we have our items that contain the best sellers tag. And it's now time to go and start creating our automated rules to get a group of best sellers built. So let's head back to the group that we created in the previous video and looked at briefly earlier. And now that we have items with the best sellers tag, we can define some rules that creates a group that only includes the items with that tag. And it's really very simple. So obviously the first box that we have here is where we choose the metric which we want to define our groups with. And in our case, it's the item tag, but it could be any of these, depending on your preferences. And once you click on this and choose item tag, you'll get a condition option, which is very simple. It's either is or is not. So we're setting a particular rule. So we want to choose is. So the item tag is, and then we obviously choose the value that we want. And in our case, it's best sellers. And we can also decide in this box here whether items are included if they match all of the rules that we have set or just one of the rules that we have set. So for example, if you were managing loads of items, I'm talking thousands, and you wanted to create a really specific group based on a load of rules that you have imposed, then you would choose the all conditions option. But because I'm only imposing one automated rule, it doesn't really matter. So let's click save and view and take a look at the group that we've created. And hey presto, a specialized group dictated by the automated rules that only contains items that are part of my best sellers group. And that's really all there is to it when it comes to creating a specialized group using automated rules. But what if I wanted to use the automated rules feature to not create a specialized group with only a few items, but instead create a group very quickly that contains all of the items that are in my library? Well, this is a really easy thing to do. Let's edit the group that we were just on and delete the automated rule that we just imposed. And to create a group using the automated rules function that includes all of my items, I need to set a rule that will obviously apply to every single one of my items. And there's an easy way of doing this. Simply choose the item name as your metric, and then set the condition to does not contain, and then insert any old gibberish. And so the automated rule that we are imposing here is that every item will not contain the gibberish that I have used as my value. And as a result, every item should show up. And hey presto, there they all are, every single item as expected. All that we needed to do was create an automated rule that we knew would apply to every single one of the items in our library. And it was so simple to do. I hope that this video has demonstrated to you that using automated rules is a really brilliant way of putting your items in particular groups based on rules that you decide for your shop, as well as serving as a really easy way of bundling your items into one area to be presented in your web pages. So thank you very much for watching. In the next video, we're going to walk through how to plug in this group into our web page, and I look forward very much to speaking with you then.